podcast by Bonsai Creative that helps creatives in film get where they're going faster by sharing the advice, knowledge, and insights of professional creatives across the film industry. In this episode, you'll hear an industry insight, curated content designed to spotlight the best advice, wisdom, and tools from our previous interview guests. Brought to you and narrated by Nicholas Bugs.
Part of what we have to do as independent filmmakers is to find ways to support each other. Motke Dapp, award-winning director. Motke makes great films. It's what he does. It's what he was born to do. He's won several awards for his short films, his feature film Another Version of You, and even for his commercial work. But even with his many accolades and the major moves he continues to make in the film industry, he understands the need for the community to come together to lift each other up, and he's more than happy to do his part. When we asked him what the filmmaking community could do to help themselves, Motke put it very simply. He said, go find some indie films that are out there and go buy them, and then go review them positively, and then go share them with friends. Now, this is no small ask when it comes to its significance to the indie film community. The Internet of Things gives platforms for trolls to denigrate and disrespect the filmmaker's journey with shamefully low ratings and overly critical reviews. This can really damage the filmmaker's spirit and unfairly stray others away from giving indie filmmakers the attention and constructive criticism they deserve. So let's break down Motke's advice into a few very specific things you can do to help the community. First, find indie films. One way to find indie films is to visit your local film festival websites and check out the films that were submitted over the past few years. If you're not familiar with all of the local film festivals, check out filmfreeway.com for reference. Once you've identified a handful that interests you, do a little online research to find where to watch them. I'll caution you against doing a search for, quote, independent films across the major streamers like Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime, as their version of independent films are those produced by smaller subsidiaries of the major studios. Second, buy indie films. In most cases, independent films in the wild are available for little to no cost at all. Buying or renting indie films is a low-cost way of acknowledging the effort and keeping the community moving forward. The general viewing population will always lean towards the major studio films as they're drawn in by huge marketing campaigns. It's up to those of us on the inside to show up for our fellow filmmakers. Third, give good reviews. Every film has at least one redeeming quality. When reviewing the work of your fellow indie filmmakers, it's so important to find that positive element and acknowledge it. It's no secret that the best approach for providing feedback is to lead with the positive and then provide constructive feedback, not criticism. Indie filmmakers are all at varying stages in their maturity, experience, and expertise. It's not our jobs to be judge and jury, but to be advocates for their success. And number 4, share with friends. Word of mouth has always been the best marketing tool. Sharing indie films with friends spreads the love across the community, creating more opportunities for filmmakers to get paid for their work and to receive the constructive and positive feedback of their peers. Being an independent filmmaker is an uphill battle against studio might and the distraction of social media content. The only way we're going to win that battle is if we constantly enlist the support of those who are fighting for the same thing. Thanks again to the great Motke Dapp for his support for the community and his wonderful advice. If you'd like to see what he's been up to lately, check him out at www.motke.net. As always, be better, be creative, be engaged.
You've been listening to the Make It Podcast. To find out more information about this week's topics, including links to relevant blog posts, projects, and indie creatives, please visit our website at www.bonsai.film. If you haven't already, you can join our podcast community on Apple Podcasts or the podcast app of your choice by searching for Make It Bonsai Creative, and the show will pop right up. You now have the opportunity to support the production of this podcast. If you love Make It and are a true fan of what we're trying to accomplish in the indie film community, please visit www.bonsai.film and click Contribute. Contributions start at only $5 monthly. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at _Bonsai Creative and on Facebook by searching for Bonsai Creative. You can provide feedback to us via email at contact@bonsai.film, and you can follow me, Chris, on Twitter at FlamingYourHeart. That's FlamingYurHeart. And of course, if you're looking to take a big step towards your filmmaking success, go to www.bonsai.film and click on Services to explore a variety of offerings from keynotes and panels to pitch readiness assessments and so much more. You have everything to gain. Until next time, be better, be creative, be engaged, and thank you for listening.